darkest of hours, in the greatest of battles, we must never forget who or what we are.
Robots Under the Skin, another Outer Limits experience for BBC Two Wednesday at 11:15.
Attention!
Pedantic comedy, this thing.
It's comedy all night on Friday.
Row, row, row your punt gently down the stream. Belts off, trousers down, isn't life a scream?
Yes, interrupted only by Newsnight. Oi, wake up, there's more!
She's lovely, isn't she? She purrs like a great big pussycat.
A new Stella Street and a new Later with Jules. Better late than never. The Comedy Zone, Friday at 9 on BBC Two.
I think people need guidelines. They need discipline. I think that's what happened when they got rid of National Service. We need to change the system, and I don't know how, you know. I mean, I'd bring back the birch for a start. Well, I find that a criminal's a criminal, and that's it, I'm afraid. I know people are victim of circumstances, but that's no excuse. So it's down to people like me to put people on the straight and narrow again. You should be banged in a cell, and that's it.
Keeping an eye on the weather for us now on BBC Two, John Kettley.
Hello again. Well, if you're already missing the hot summer sunshine, well, perhaps the Middle East is the place to be. Across there in Riyadh, we've seen record October temperatures this weekend, up as high as 39 degrees. And quite frankly, it's likely to stay pretty well settled and hot too over the next few days, give or take the odd rogue shower. We're still looking at temperatures well into the 30s Celsius, so very hot weather continuing across a large part of the Middle East. Interesting, as you come back a little bit closer to home into Turkey, on Saturday night there was a widespread frost for those mountainous parts of the northeast, but it was still very warm and sultry on the south coast. The temperature never fell below 24. And indeed, it's still pretty hot down the eastern basin of the Mediterranean, but rather stormy in the middle there. And we've got some very unsettled and windy weather affecting northwestern parts of Europe for the next few days as well. Now, we see some heavy rainfall, notably across Tunisia and through Sicily over the past 24 hours or so. That heavy thundery rain continuing in Sicily, in fact, during Sunday as well. Well, we've got more rain to come, I think. We're going to see more areas of low pressure developing here around the Adriatic, around the foot of Italy and into Greece over the next couple of days. Further to the northwest, we'll see weather systems coming back in from the Atlantic, affecting the British Isles. Let's look at a few city forecasts then for the north of Europe on Monday and Tuesday. Well, pretty cool and showery across in Moscow and in Stockholm as well. Temperature only about 10 degrees there. In Warsaw, a bit warmer at 12, some showers to begin with. In Prague, mainly dry, and again, a temperature close to 12 degrees. Now, coming into southern Europe, there are some showers around. It's certainly going to get a bit more unsettled in Athens, but temperatures staying well up at about 27, 28 degrees. Cyprus, though, will remain hot with hardly a cloud to be seen, and this hot summer sunshine looks like continuing for a while yet down there through Cyprus. Now, it was really quite balmy down in southeastern England during Sunday. We saw a temperature reaching 19 degrees along the Sussex coast in quite a number of places actually. Elsewhere, it was much, much cooler and windier as you went further north. Gale force westerly winds swinging across many northern and central parts of Britain. If anything, over the next few days it's going to be a bit cooler than that, but even so, a reasonably warm spell, a windy spell too. I think it's going to stay on the warm side with temperatures up around 18 degrees from time to time across some central and eastern parts of England. Now, you can see here from the number of isobars across the chart, it is going to be a pretty unsettled spell. The winds may well ease down across the central part of Britain for a time in the middle part of the week, but then we'll see them buckling, in fact twisting back towards the southwest. That's indicative of some warmer weather coming up from the Atlantic as we go towards next weekend, but there will be some rain as well around this area of low pressure. Northern and western parts seeing the more unsettled conditions. Well, back to tonight, and it's still windy, still a gale-force northwesterly feeding showers across the country, most of them from the Midlands northwards, some heavy thundery ones still across that northern part of Scotland, but temperatures holding up pretty well, with the wind holding up as well. Well, there we are, the northwesterly wind still with us throughout the day on Monday, but gradually easing down from the west as the day goes on. There'll be a scattering of showers in the morning, but even so, a lot of fine and sunny weather continuing. The wind easing down, the showers fading away through the afternoon, but eventually some wind and rain getting back into western parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland after dark. Highest temperatures on Monday about 16 in the southeast. Good night.
Don't forget to set your video recorders if you want to learn a language, improve your business skills, or take a fresh view of the world. BBC Learning Zone starts in half an hour.
Hello and welcome. This is BBC Learning Zone with geography, top of the agenda. After this.
Been to Spain? Going to Spain? Suffering from post-sangria withdrawal or pre-beach holiday trauma? Then immerse yourself in the language, the culture, the sights, the sounds with BBC Learning Zone.
Every day at about 4 o'clock during Feria they hold this. This is called the Paseo de Caballos, the Parade of the Horses, alternatively known as the best dressed equine traffic jam in the world.